Mr. E's looking for Jack. He just came in here and told me he'd been looking for him. He can't find him. So waiting to see what the turnout's going to be on that. Had a very busy time since the last time I've seen you guys. I'm doing a lot of work around here, getting a lot of stuff done. In the feed shed, I started cleaning in there, and then in the potato shed, I started cleaning in there too. Hey, Pudding Tang, how you doing? I know. I hope he finds Jack too. I keep seeing him passing by out there, waiting to see, waiting for him to come tell me he found him. He brings him out to the garden every evening, every morning and every evening. And they had been out there. He said he had to go water some cabbages he had planted. And he might have closed him up in the garden or something like that. That does happen sometimes. Sometimes we'll close him up in the garden and not realize it and then go back and find him there. Those oatmeal pies look good, but I understand the too much sweetness. Yeah, they was too sweet for me, but my family ate them up. I think there might be one left. I'm not sure, but they tore them up. So some of them, when they ate them, like Jada, she said they didn't taste sweet to her, and Errol ate them. He didn't mind. But I do want to work on trying to find something that's not so sweet. And of course, it was just too thin, the filling. Something I want to work on is making a different kind of oatmeal pie. What I want to do is make some molasses cookies. And I think, because you notice when you buy oatmeal pies, they always have like these little crinkles in the cookies, the cookie part of them. Well, that's a sign of a molasses cookie. So I think what I'm going to do is try to make some molasses cookies. Just using the molasses is going to make the cookie more tender and make it stay tender for longer. And then for the filling, instead of doing all that, I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with it, but my idea is to incorporate a meringue into it. I think that that's going to bring a stiff, light, fluffy texture, and you can sweeten it as much as you want, of course. I want to try it like that and just see how that turns out. Try to make kind of a sticky meringue. I don't know. That's my idea anyways. And also, instead of putting just the cinnamon as the spice in the cookie, I'm thinking about using some nutmeg in it. I'd got a box of oatmeal pies before and looked at, yeah, not all that marshmallow stuff. Exactly. Because that stuff, it has a lot of additives in it. And I didn't look at the ingredients, but I bet you it has that, what do they call it? The high fructose corn syrup. I bet it has that in it. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I didn't look at it. But I'm definitely wanting to try the meringue. And I'm going to have some not humid weather, some dry weather to do a meringue. I think it'll do better like that. And now's really the perfect time. We haven't had rain in quite a while here. And there's no rain in the forecast either. So sometime soon I want to try that. But like I told him, I said, y'all got to finish eating these so I can make something new. I don't like to waste anything. But like I said, there might be one left. They might have finished them. I have to look and see. Now, as for the cookies on those, I like just the cookies. The standalone cookies were very good. That was a good recipe for oatmeal cookies. There are 3 of us here. Hey to your mom if she's watching. You hear that, Mom? Puddin' Tang says hello if you're out there watching. Yeah, well, that was nice. Thank you for doing that. I know Mom would be glad to get the hello. I'm gonna do a invite on here. I don't know if Donna's gonna come in or not. She's been sick, and she said it was a good chance she wasn't gonna come in tonight because she's been sick. She might have the big C. She said she had a sore throat. Now there's 4 LOL. Yeah. She said she had a sore throat. She said the sore throat was gone. That was a few days ago. She said she had a headache. She said that the headache wasn't as bad today, but she said she had a bad cough. And she said she thought it was the big C. So I don't know. I know Mom had it a few weeks ago. So it is going around. But when Mom had it, it didn't really affect her that bad. She had a bad sore throat. And once the sore throat went away, she said she felt pretty good. So I was very relieved of that because all that came up when my sister Sandy was moving, and my sister had went and stayed there with her, and she brought her to the doctor and took care of her. She stayed there with her and kind of watched her through it, I guess, for a little while. But like I said, it didn't stay bad for that long, thank goodness. And we had so much going on. I'm glad she didn't require a whole lot of extra attention at that time. I've been trying to take care of myself, and I haven't seen Mr. E come back. He might have found Jack and just not came back in. I bet you that's what happened, because this usually is his time to go sit in the garden. You had that scratchy throat, and it took about 2 weeks to feel better. Lots of coughing too. Hope you're doing better, Donna, as Puddin' Tang said. I know. I hope she's doing better too. I hate when people get sick like that. It scares me with that stuff. And Errol's dad, he's been sick, not with that though, with some other problems. He had got in a wreck a year or 2 ago when he was driving a tractor home, and when he turned, a person ran into him on his tractor, and the person was going pretty fast in a truck, and it seemed, I don't know, they had to airlift him with a helicopter, but like I said, this was a couple years ago. And when they took him to the hospital and everything, they found out that his elbow, I think, was broken, and they fixed that, and it didn't look like a whole lot more was wrong at that time. But now that time's gone by, some other problems, internal problems and back problems are coming up. Actually, the internal problems are caused by the back problems, because like L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is all very damaged. He did an MRI the other day. And so they've been back and forth to the doctors, and it's just been a whirlwind with all that. And then some of the families trying to help, and one of the nieces is doing all the grocery shopping, and the other one is doing a lot of the doctor's visits, and one of the granddaughters is doing a lot of the doctor's visits with them. And like Mr. E, he's been cooking a lot of meals, and between me and him, we get the meals over there to them, and it's been a big group effort. Some of the family, like one of Errol's brothers, well, Errol's only brother, been bringing firewood down here, and then one of the grandsons been chopping it. Back issues are the worst. Yes, Quintain, they are very bad. Errol's got a lot of back issues too, but his dad's having some really bad problems with his back issues right now because of the nerves that's pinched, and it's just causing all kind of other problems with his legs and all kind of stuff. Not too fun going back and forth to the doctor all the time. And nobody likes that. Yeah, this week I got into yeah, that is some bad news. I hate to hear that too. I'm waiting to hear some new news today because they went back to the doctor today. I'm waiting to hear what they heard now. It's always waiting for the other shoe to drop. But anyway, I got some mowing done in the garden. The grass was tall in there, and I got that little snapper lawnmower that I found and put it on the highest level it would cut on, and I went on ahead and cut in there. It looked so much better. Then I took my little chainsaw Mr. E got me, the one with the battery on it, and there's some plum trees in there, and I took that and I went and trimmed the lower ones after I got through mowing because those little limbs kept catching me every time I would try to cut close to the tree. So it's going to be a lot better for when I'm mowing there next time because I got a lot of those little plum trees trimmed up, and the little chainsaw did good. I wasn't cutting no big trees or nothing, y'all. It's just some little branches that were too big for my pruners, and it worked so good, very good. Got that done. And then in his greenhouse, it still had all the cups with the dirt and all that stuff in it. I went through all that and reorganized it in there, so that's a whole lot better. My garage, where I have some storage like jars and stuff like that, and all kind of junk, really went through that today, and that looks a whole lot better. I burned a bunch of boxes, and I got rid of a lot of garbage between those different places, and I also got in the potato shed and started cleaning up in there, spraying some insect spray, and I'm gonna have to do the feed shed too. I have to get in there and do that. I cleaned around the fish cleaning table. There was some trash there that I picked up and bagged up to throw away. Just different stuff accumulating here and there. And in the yard, I had a lot of what we call ironweeds. And they don't respond very well to spraying them with weed killer. So I went through and I clipped all those, and I had Josie with me that day, and I was clipping them, and I had a pile of brush, and I was putting that in my wheelbarrow, and she had her little wagon, and she's putting some stuff in her little wagon too. So I had to help her that day. We got a good bit done. She was tired. After we had did a lot of that, and like I said, I went to the fish cleaning table and was cleaning up some stuff there, and she looked at me and she said, "CC," she wanted to sit down. She was ready to take a break. So she had to make me stop and take a break. But we had a good time. She loves that. She follows me around while I'm working, and she likes to get involved too. So we had fun. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the weekend. What about you, Pudding? What you been doing? My back is hurting right now. Yeah, she is a blessing for sure. I have to sit back. My back's hurting. Whew, that feels a lot better. camera a little bit. Well, we hadn't heard from Michelle in a while. Been missing her, but you see, when Sandy, my sister, moved, that's where she went. So Michelle's been busy also because I'm sure they're unloading all that stuff that we loaded over here. So they've been busy. I'm looking forward to when things settle down for them and they can come on and visit with us. I miss Sandy and looking forward to seeing her and hearing about how things are going, how they're unpacking. And I'm wondering if she's gotten into those U boxes yet. Yeah, I think they got their hands full for sure too, because she got both of those U-Haul boxes over there sent to some like a U-Haul place that stores them. And one of them, was all her eBay stuff, and the other one was all her personal stuff. And I'm just wondering if she's had a chance to get into that and start doing some stuff with it. She left I don't think she got to take any of her plants with her, but I got some of her plants, and a lot of those plants are going to multiply. And what I'm thinking about doing is, I'm not going to send her any of that right now because the winters in Georgia is a little more rough than they are here in Louisiana. And she may not be ready to have a place to put them and all that, So I'm going to wait till the springtime. And if they survive through the winter here, I will protect them to the best of my ability. But I lose plants every year. Look, Pudding says, we're trying to clean up the yard, and I desperately want to clean some closets out and clean the junk out. Gosh. I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. I've been trying to get inspired with that too. And looks like Donna's trying to enter the studio. We'll see if she can get in. Okay, wait, I see her. You ready, Donna Lynn? Okay, looks like she says she's ready. There she is. Hey, Donna.
Hey,
How you? Yeah, how you feeling today?
Yeah.
You look nice. I like your little black and white shirt. That's so cute.
Hey.
I love that.
Oh, it's tired, but it's okay. I'll make it.
Yeah, they take vitamin C, vitamin D.
Dark green. It's a dark green shirt. I just kind of threw this on over this because I had a white t-shirt on, and I just kind of.
Well, it looks cute.
Thank you. It looks all right. Thank you. So, how y'all doing, everybody? Good time? Okay.
Is Henry taking good care of you, Donna?
Yes. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, no. Yeah. No. Right now.
Do I hear him in the background?
Come tell my love. I said it. Oh, no. What?
Hey, Henry.
Hey, babe.
How you doing?
What's on front? Hey.
You cooking?
I'm all right.
You gonna
Yeah,
cook something today?
no, he got some cabbage yesterday. So he smothered down a cabbage. I like to eat that over rice. Uh, what you gonna cook today with that?
Well, I didn't cook. I cooked some hamburgers today, so it was pretty easy cooking around here today.
Are we having these technical difficulties? Always, you know. It's delayed. It's coming back.
I know. Mama said we need to get together and straighten this out.
I'm gonna try to be quiet and listen and just kind of gonna let every once in a while with y'all talking.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm trying to remember what I was saying earlier. Oh yeah, Pudding said she wants to desperately clean out some closets and clean the junk out. And I've been doing a lot of cleaning outside, but I hadn't been too inspired to clean inside. I think it's because I'm inside more often, and lately it's been kind of cool, and I've been enjoying going outside. So that's where I've been doing my cleaning at.
The weather being better, cooler, it's nicer to cook.
Pudding said you look very well, Donna. I don't know. Can you see her comments?
I can see the comments on the side.
Okay.
But yeah, Henry's taking good care of it. Oh yes, he is. He was wanting to know what I wanted to eat for supper.
That's awesome. He is good to you. Before I came on here, I was looking on the on Amazon for some goat boluses. It's like a little peel that has copper in it, and goats have to have a lot of copper to keep them healthy. And I was looking into some of those and how to give it to them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to be ordering some of that sometime soon. Yeah, I'm glad Henry's there taking care of Donna too.
He went outside.
I didn't even know you was sick till you told me that today because I hadn't been in touch. We hadn't talked all week.
Yeah, it started at 3, 4. And, it started off with a headache, just with it wasn't bad. Then the scratching and real tired, like tired and hadn't done anything, just like I need to go sit down. I was getting mad at myself because I was sitting down all the time, and I was like, this is just as not living. It seems to be better today.
Yeah, when we had it, we had a bad sore throat, a really bad sore throat, and the headache. And the only thing that would work was the Advil. It was like an Advil dual action or something like that. It was the only thing that worked. Yeah, Pudding, we still got sheep. We still got sheep and we still got goats. And the goats, hold on, let me turn this down. The goats have to have a lot of copper, and the sheep can't have hardly any copper.
Oh, that's
So it's a challenge to meet those nutritional needs. You can't just put out free choice minerals, because if you have copper in them, it can kill the sheep. And if you have no copper in it, then the goats suffer. So it's kind of hard to raise them together and meet those nutritional needs. So that's why I was looking into the copper boluses, which is just basically a peel that has like little copper, I don't want to say shavings, but it's little pieces of copper in them. And you only have to give them these boluses like once a year. And it's a slow release thing, and it meets their copper needs for the goats without having to put out anything else, in a free choice mineral. So that's what we're looking to do. It's supposed to make the goats a lot healthier. We actually had a goat that had 2 stillborns last week, and that's why we're looking into that, because that can be a cause of having not enough copper in their diet. So we are looking into that. It's supposed to keep their parasite loads down also. So there's a lot of other benefits to them having the copper. They're supposed to be able to have more babies and better babies and just be healthier. Have, like I said, better resistance to parasites as well. So it's something that we probably should have done a long time ago, really. Now you can give these with what they call a balling gun. It's just a pill administrating device, basically like a plunger kind of. But they're so small, it's hard to find one that will fit those capsules. So that's really what I was spending some time looking at a little bit earlier. But a lot of people said they give them to them like in pieces of banana or strawberry, where they just feed it straight to the goats, because goats do like to eat. Now, I don't feed my goat. I don't sit out there and just feed them bananas and strawberries, so I don't know how mine would respond to that. So I don't know. You would still have to line them up. You can't just fill those strawberries up with those peels and throw them out there in their pots, because some will get too many and some might not get any at all. You'd still have to line them up and make sure that each one got the proper dose. So you'd have to catch them, and which we're prepared to catch them. We have a thing to catch them in. That's not a big deal. Just need to get it and administer it to them. I don't have a whole lot of goats right now, actually. I have more sheep than goats. And that's kind of a downer, because I like the goat meat better than I like the sheep meat. Miss Linda, Errol's mama, she used to, when we would butcher goats and bring some over there, she would take a whole shoulder of the goat and she would make a gravy with it, and it would make it would take forever to get tender. But then when it would get tender all at once, and it was very good, very good. I liked it a lot, and I'm picky. So, I mean, if it's prepared right, it's very good. Goat. I actually prefer it over the sheep. But then again, we always cut the goats where the males were they were cut, they didn't have their I don't know how to say it in a nice way, actually. But anyway, they were cut. Just know that. Fixed, if you want to say. And these last couple of sheep that we did, even though they were young, they weren't cut. And I'm thinking that's why they had that stronger flavor to them. I mean, it wasn't a really bad, strong flavor at all, because they were young. But like I said, I'm very picky and I can detect smells and flavors very easily. And I picked up on it, and it's like a lanolin smell or taste that I just didn't care for. Now, everybody else didn't seem to pick up on it. They all loved it. Nobody else said anything. It's just me, you know. But I'm sensitive to that kind of stuff. I could smell it very easily, anything.
Oh, I have to smell it. Me too.
I
I
know
can
we
smell
used to
it.
raise pigs, and there was one of them that we had raised and killed, and it didn't have any bad smell to it at all, but he had cut it. You know, it didn't have that reproductive hormone in it. And but there was one, I don't know if it was ours or somebody else's, but when they had cooked it and I walked in the house, I said, "Oh my God." I said, "It smells like Brad Pitt's armpits."
Underarm. I catch that
And they
a lot.
still talk about that and they laugh about that because,
Yeah, I
well, it
smell
was
that too.
just funny, you know. But
Sure do.
it had that hormone smell to it, and I detected it immediately.
That's really nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I smell it too. I catch that too, especially with that wild meat. Wild meat to me have that smell.
I
Underarm. I
know.
just say, I don't say Brad Pitt's underarm, but it's an underarm stain. I
I
think I
had
got
said
my
someone else, but I wasn't gonna call that person out.
brush. I think I might have fixed that the bouncing back and forth with the sound and everything. I'm only hearing one of you right now.
Hallelujah. Because I had to turn you down a while ago. I was like, I just couldn't take it. I was like, the reverb or whatever you want to call it was killing me over here.
It was two of you talking, like right now, and then a little bit back, what you had already said is talking about goats at one time, and at the same time talking about the garden at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was like, it was confusing me. I had to turn it down, and when I just noticed that you started talking again, I turned it back up. So
I
that's
went
good.
full dip, so I think maybe, hopefully, it's fixed because it's very annoying.
I know, and I wanted to hear you.
Yeah, I
So
want to hear
that's
you.
good.
So
Crazy. But I was saying too that I had a bunch of Sandy's plants, and that some of them look like they trying to make babies already. Some of those little plants she gave me. So I'm
wow,
thinking if they make it
that's
through
not,
the winter time, and if I can, and I still remember, I'm going to try to get some babies off of them for her and mail them to her in the springtime. And that way she can have some of her little plants over there.
oh
I had
yeah.
tried to call her the other day, and I didn't get an answer, but then she sent me a text message later, and she said that she had seen I had called, and she just been busy, and she said she missed me and loved me. And so I said, okay. But you know what? I still hadn't had a chance to respond because I've been babysitting and I've been cleaning. So maybe her and Michelle will watch this and get it.
Yeah, she
But
texted me yesterday, day before yesterday maybe, and I answered her back today. I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and I didn't even notice she had sent me a message. It was late last night, really. I hadn't even fooled with my phone. Like my phone was just sitting down, almost dead. There's a door now.
I know we're kind of like on two different schedules too, because I'm a morning person and she's a evening person. So in the morning when I'm ready to go, she's still not ready to go. And then at night when she's ready to go, I'm getting pooped out.
It's always
Yeah, we'll get it sooner or later. Maybe after I get all my projects, which I'll never do that. Once I get a lot
fixing
of these projects done. Yeah, and she gets her unloading done. Maybe we can talk.
Talk about cleaning out closets. It's like, wow, yes, it's a good time to clean out everything, like every room of the house
I
needs
know.
attention.
I think that would be a good business to advertise that you would help people clean out closets and like a house cleaning, junk cleaning, you know. I think you'd probably have a lot of people take you up on something like that.
Guess I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't.
know. You don't ever see nobody advertising that.
I don't know if I'd want anybody to see what my closet looks like. They'd be like, "Wait, you can't come in."
Maybe like somebody with a physical disability though would might take you up on something like that.
I'd wear them out. They would leave. Oh, shoot.
Oh God.
About borderline, maybe past borderline. What they call that? Hoarding. Because there's so much stuff in this house. This house is big, and I have filled every room and corner of this house with stuff. It's good stuff, so it's hard to part with it, I guess. But I'm gonna have to do something or go into a bigger house.
Pudding Tang, let's see what she said. I saved so much junk for just in case I might
Oh,
need
she said,
it. And even if I needed something, could I find it? That is
no,
true.
we're gonna get another one. That's just the deal. I watched a show the other day on that, and they were saying how this lady is supposed to be helping people deal with their stuff. And she says that when you pick up one thing and you say, and I'm gonna pick up something because I have many things to pick up. Let's say, okay, here's a little smell thing that you put into you shove it into those little, it sends off a good smell. It's just sitting up here on my desk. Okay. She said, you pick it up and you say, does this have a place? And if you answer right away, yes, go put it in there. Go put it in that place. And she says, don't put it a bunch in a box. Like, this goes to the bathroom. This goes to the bedroom. This goes to the kitchen, whatever. She said, no. Take this to where it goes. If it has a place, you go take it where it goes. And she says, if you could only do this one at a time, I think it would take me 100 years to do one thing at a time and say, does this have a place? Oh, yeah, it has a place. Well, yeah. If I could do that one thing at a time, I would be exhausted.
I know.
Because everything's out of place. But
Excuse
bless
me.
you.
Thank you.
It makes sense, but I think if you didn't have a lot of stuff, maybe,
Yeah.
she said you have to have a place for it. And she says, like,
Yeah.
for that just in case, she said, that just in case box really hardly needs to exist. Because she says, more than likely, you won't be able to find it if it doesn't have a place. You won't be able to donate it or put it in the trash. And I'm just like, oh my God, all this expensive stuff. And she goes, you brought all that stuff in the house. It's all of value, you brought it all in. It is a value because you wouldn't have brought it in otherwise. But you must ask yourself, where's the place for it? And don't go create a place, like don't go in the basement and say, okay, this is going to be my just in case pile. She said, don't do that.
Yeah.
And she said, like, she used the term of a jacket. Like, she was this jacket right here. And she's like, you're not going to really need that jacket. They had kept the jacket for just in case they had company and it was cold and they had forgotten, the company had forgot to bring a jacket. She says, well, then I could go and get a jacket and bring it back to him. And she says, like, could you find it? If you were going to get that jacket, is the question. And she goes, more than likely you couldn't, you wouldn't even think about the jacket because you had done forgot about it. And she said, just,
Yeah.
you know, give him some t-shirts to wear, some sweatshirts to wear. I'll go buy a jacket. She said, don't keep it. It's just, it clogs the brain. It fogs the brain. But all that stuff, she said, you just gonna have to part with it. And once you part with it, then you can really start beginning to enjoy your home again without it being so clustered. And I'm like, boy, that's sure good. I just would love to be able to do that because it does get very. Can't have no. I'm looking around. I've got a million things around me right here. If I had to go put it in its parking place, one thing at a time, take hours. I do need a box to drop it all into, but she says no, and I'm like, I think I would still try the box and say, is there a place for it though? Like, you know, maybe everything would go to the bathroom, perhaps like I could might scoop up a few things that would go to the bathroom and have a place.
I would too, because like you said, you're going to be wore out otherwise. That's how I do it. You know, when I'm in one room, I try to, like you said, kind of put one thing in a box, that all the stuff in the box that goes in the bathroom or the kitchen or whatever. And then that way, when I get done in, say, this room, I just take that box into the kitchen or the bathroom and put those things where they belong.
Do you do that?
One trip. Sometimes, yeah, I do. Yeah.
A lot of people will make piles, like categorized piles for the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom. And she goes, and then you have these piles, then you get interrupted, and then you leave all that. And she goes, and you don't want to come back to it. So then you've got another mess. You have created another mess. Now you need to come back another time to fix all what you just made a big mess right there.
Yeah, I would say that if you do that, then that wouldn't be a good method for you.
Right. And she says it's a method for the type of person you are.
That's what I think too.
I
had a good week. I had a good week. I had cleaned out so much stuff, but I did everything outside. All my cleaning was outside. Like I said, I cleaned in the garage. I cleaned in the potato shed. I cleaned the greenhouse. That was all outside stuff. And I enjoyed it because I did it when it was cool, the cool part of the day. And I mean, I made a lot of headway. I mowed the grass in the garden, which was tall. I trimmed the plum trees in the garden so that now when I mow in there, it's going to be easier to get in. And I mean, if I would have videoed all that, it would have made a great video, but I wouldn't have gotten nearly the stuff done because I would have been constantly changing batteries and moving cameras. And I said, I'm not doing that because I got to get some work done. I can't just sit around playing with this camera. And I really enjoyed my work, you know.
How long
really enjoyed it a lot.
Camera. How long will a battery last when you're out there doing that with the battery?
Maybe 20 or 30 minutes of continuous run, and the battery gets hot, especially if you have it, you know, in the sun. It'll last even less time.
Can you get a bigger battery that lasts longer though? Can you?
I don't know. I get the batteries that fit my GoPro camera, and I would just hate to think of even going into another expense for it because I'm really not making anything on this channel. I mean, if I can make $15 in a week, I'm doing good. So, I mean, the last couple of weeks that I hadn't been fooling with it, I might have only made $7 or $8 in a week. And I've been doing these videos for almost, or at least 2 years. So it gets a little discouraging. And I'm just like, you know, so this week I was totally discouraged with it. And I said, I'm not even bothering dragging this camera around. I got work I need to do.
Yeah.
So that's the truth of it. I mean, unless you have a whole lot of content and somebody that's actually doing your editing or following you around with the camera, it's not really that much worth it.
Yeah, I guess
But
so. I guess you just keep going. You've been in it a while now, and I just kind of keep going with it, I guess. Maybe not as
yeah,
much.
yeah. And I know some people aren't interested in some of the videos. They say when you do these videos, you should stay consistent, do the same kind of videos all the time, upload them at the same time each week. And I really have never been consistent with any of that. We've gone fishing, we've cooked cakes, we've been in the garden, I've cleaned up rooms. I mean, I've just done all kind of stuff that was not consistent. It's not like I just cook every time. And I think that's what they want you to do, is if you cook, cook every time. If you're in the garden, be in the garden every time.
Gardening, huh?
Yeah. And so I
So
said, well, maybe I'll just,
says, she likes the variety of videos that y'all make, and I do too. And it's just the audience that you can reach. If they like it, they would stay. And if they don't, then I guess it wasn't meant to be. But it just like hang in there, and hopefully, the audience, I believe, would get bigger. Maybe being a little more consistent. I don't know. You've done a bunch of them though. And it seemed like the gardening does do good. All the gardening ones, and the cooking, some cooking ones. It's like those. Seem like it's those one pot meals, or those fast, easy, or poor man's meals seem to attract more attention.
I could see why. The price of beef and all that right now. People just don't have a lot of time. People don't have a lot of time or money.
Have to go to be a vegetarian. I mean, I saw mayonnaise on sale for $9.99 on sale.
Wow.
I could not believe that.
Okay, so let me see what Linus is telling me. He says, keep going, Kay, and do some variety content. We'll get you discovered in big ways. Everyone will have their wave. I plan to do something with my partner after this MBA, and to be at this point every single day, a new channel by random person pops up on YouTube. It really wasn't like this just 10 years ago. I know, it's like everybody has got a YouTube channel nowadays. So the market, if you want to put it like that, is so saturated. It's hard to, and people have very short attention spans. So to hold someone's attention, just that is a challenge. Yeah, a lot of these homesteading channels that got a lot of subscribers and views every day, a lot of those started further back in time, when YouTube wasn't so flooded. And now it's just so many people on it. It's hard to get an audience, a retention time for them to watch your videos, or especially to watch the video all the way through. That's like almost impossible. Even the big channels that people watch, a lot of those videos aren't watched all the way through, because every time you do anything on YouTube, more stuff is popping up to distract you. I mean, I go sometimes on YouTube to upload a video, and before I know it, I'm looking at videos instead of uploading my video. And I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to get off of YouTube. So I close it and get off, and I'm like, I didn't even upload my video. I didn't even go on there to do what I was supposed to do. That's how distracting it is.
Right. I think this lady I was watching the other day, she does the frugal bills, and she seems to really be doing well on Sunday, the Sunday dinners. It's like Sunday is like a highlight keyword or something, Sunday dinners, because she's doing these Sunday dinners and she does really, really well. And she puts it on Monday, but it's called the Sunday dinners, and she's doing really well with her she's a Southerner, and she's doing these Southern meals and cooking all kind of stuff. But it's like she seems to be really doing well on that. Just using the word sunbathe.
Yeah.
You know,
Puddin said she bought her a tiny oven after watching me. She cooked in her after seeing me cook on my small countertop oven. And she said she's so glad she got it too.
Oh, yes, that's worth it. That's so worth it. Especially the summertime when it's so hot in the house. I mean, I always use my little oven. I've never used that big oven unless it don't fit in my little oven. That's when I turn on my big oven.
Yeah. In the winter time now, I'm more prone to use it in the winter time, the big oven, because it kind of helps to warm up the kitchen.
Yeah. Then you want some heat, yeah.
Let's see. Linus is telling me something here. Chosen One on YouTube did some interviews with the homeless and druggies in Southwest Detroit, and that earned Tom 185,000 channel, and now a home outside of Athens. I was watching his videos in 2019 because nobody ever showed that side of America, and it was grabbing eyeballs. Man, there's so much of that in America now. Yeah, a lot. It's a lot of homeless people and a lot of people that are just like out of place, you know. I was listening to somebody today, I can't remember exactly who it was, but they were saying how the structure has changed in America so much just because at the point that we are, and so many people have had drug addictions and drug babies and children that weren't cared for properly, and these people are like just floating. They're not growing up in a home, you know, where there's a caring mother and father. So now no structure, and so now these people are grown adults
trying to find themselves.
Yeah, they haven't had any guidance, and they're just
out there.
I know a lot of them were born addicted to drugs because of their mom using while she was pregnant, and it's so sad. It really is. It's so sad.
And
they're just floating everywhere. I was looking at the arrests today in the little local paper we have, and a lot of them's addresses I noticed, because they put the address when they arrest someone, and they show a picture of the person and what they were accused of doing or alleged of doing. And a lot of them addresses weren't even in this parish. A lot of them, some of them was out of state. Some of them was from, you know, totally in a different part of the state. So there is a lot of floaters out there.
I wonder how they float and get around, you know, to these sides or whatever sides, you know. Are they hitchhiking, or are they coming with like meet up and have a boyfriend, girlfriend, they travel with them, and then it doesn't work out, then they're just kind of out in the streets. I wonder how that gets started like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of them meet on these dating sites, and I think that's how a lot of them, you know, get motivated to move from one place to another like that. And I think bus stations are have a lot of that kind of traffic through them. But we had a train come through town a while back. It had a couple of them on it. You remember that? Had a couple of people that was wanted from another state, from up north.
Oh, you had said that rode just the regular train, the freight train, whatever that passed through. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
They didn't have like a what you call those Amtrak. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just a regular train.
Yeah, it's a freight train like that carries, you know, freight, not passengers.
Yeah. Wow. How are they riding on that? I don't even know where they would.
Well, sometimes those courts are left open, and when they're going real slow, I guess they jump on them, or sometimes they're stopped in towns for a little while.
Yeah.
Jump on them there.
Seem like they would be closing those doors because of that. Seem like it. I mean, they don't even have a caboose on these trains anymore.
Rents are expensive today. Pudding Tank
What?
says she's so thankful they bought when prices were affordable. I heard that the rents are. I don't know how
What?
anybody can afford to move out of their parents' home. Tell you the truth, I don't know because I mean all the hookup costs to turn on utilities, and then the rents, and then the price of food. I don't know how people can start a family. I really don't. Unless they
I
have
don't.
some kind of help.
Yeah, starting
Have,
with babies, doctors, and then diapers and formula. Just diapers and formula must cost a fortune, much less to even having a second child or a third child.
yeah,
You got to get them in school, the clothing, it's just a lot. Yeah, it is. It's a whole lot.
you have to have the diapers. That stuff's expensive.
And I don't think these young kids know what those cloth diapers are. It's all disposable diapers, and they're very pricey. I mean, I don't know if it's like $12 for, I don't know if you get 20 diapers or something for $10 or maybe more, maybe. Because you go through that really quick. You must be getting close to little JoJo's potty time, huh?
I don't know. I don't know when you start that. I really don't.
Little
I
girls are
don't
here using.
remember. We're
So
gonna see. Yeah, it'll be nice when we don't have to fool with the diapers anymore. That's for sure.
be grand right there. And I think she'd be easy. It seems like she would be easy to potty train.
Puddin said they get a lot of out-of-state criminals too, a lot of out of country too. I bet, because you remember we was talking about that last time. They on that water right there, and I
Right,
bet they do get a lot of people out of the from out of country.
right. They're riding them boats coming in off that water right there. How they coming in, but I mean, how they get on the land, I don't know, but they sure are flooding in. What I hear too, up in Florida on that
Yeah, I've
water.
always heard that.
And then you have
Here,
those Florida
Linus
kids, they start hopping on the keys, get on right there. Do they start hopping to get onto Florida?
like the crabs do. They hop from
Yeah.
one place to another.
Oh no.
Okay, Linus trying to give me some advice here. He says Peter Santilino, I don't know if I'm saying that right, a former English teacher in Asia who thought he would never have a career in the States, has now 4.06 million subs, and all he does is grab a camera and create a video of different ports in the States. You may have run into some of his videos already. It seems like at this point his videos are showing the real side that mainstream the real side than mainstream news. I like how people are capitalizing on this YouTube thing with all kinds of different ideas, and I'm sure there is untapped potential in Louisiana. I'm sure there is, Linus. I just don't have a whole lot of time to run all that stuff down. I'm a homemaker. I intentionally stay at home to make a home for my family. So I'm cooking, I am mowing grass, I'm tending to farm animals, you know. So I'm intentionally at home.
You don't have time for that outside stuff, really. Not,
No.
what you do keeps you quite busy.
And I have a husband, and I have a
Do
son,
grandchild.
and a daughter-in-law, a grandbaby. I just have family. I have my sister, and then I have my mother and father-in-law. They've been going through some stuff. They've been needy, and Then my mom, she's older too, and she's got needs too. So I've just, and they don't, a lot of these people I'm telling you about, they don't want to be videotaped. So I can't bring my camera to video them.
Right. No, can't do that. No. Well, you can't add anything extra to your plate. I think your plate is quite full.
My plate is quite full. All I can do is take the things that I'm doing. And like I said,
To the viewers, and hopefully that would it'd be educational somewhat to some people. I mean, gardening to me, I don't really garden, but the gardening stuff y'all do is very, I love to watch it. Like that okra stand, that big old okra plant that y'all had. I don't know where that thing come from. It's gigantic. It did look like a tree. You don't see that. You don't hear nothing about that big old okra tree. It was really. So, I enjoy it. I guess you just hang with it, and hopefully others will come and join in. And because y'all do teach people stuff. Y'all teach me stuff, that I don't know about in the garden, or like the water system that y'all use over there. And that's very interesting. I would love to know more about that water, the way y'all do y'all water.
yeah. Yeah, I'll have to do a video on that because I think a lot of people would be interested in that. And I've been thinking about, doing more talking about being intentional about, being a homemaker, because I think that is something that the world lacks right now. That is something that is different.
Teaching the basics of gardening, survival, living off your land or living with what you have. And people in the city can still do some things and have some plants, herbs, and some plants and stuff, and potting plants. You don't have to have a garden. You don't have to have land. You can do some of that in some planters and stuff like that. So it just teaches how to do it, because it can be done.
Linus wants to know, is ice busting people's ass all over Louisiana?
Ice busting, is that like police
ICE,
stuff?
They come in to get the immigrants. That's what ICE does.
Well, I don't know. They came to the Mexican restaurant.
You seen that? The last time we went to the Mexican restaurant, I think ICE was in there because them people, something was going on, and that man had a badge. I think that was ICE.
And a gun. He had some equipment. He was packing some equipment. Yes, he was. And he wasn't talking to anybody but the people in the back there. I don't know. Never heard nothing about it.
No. They must have had all their papers in order.
They must have. They still going. We might get some food from them tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Puddin said it's very educational. Mr. E built a dehydrator, a smoker.
That needs more attention. That dehydrator, I love it. And y'all have not done anything that would last to teach us more about it. Like, what you can put in it. How it's built and how it works, and how long the stuff stays in there, and what kind of stuff can you put in there, and how it tastes and stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely think that would be very interesting. More about that.
Well, yeah, I need to do a video on the figs that he did in it the other day. I'll have to do that. It turned out good.
It's genius. He built that. I think that's just genius.
Yeah, it's very good. We was going to order one because you can buy them already made, but when we went to order one, they was out of stock and they was back ordered, and I couldn't get them for a while. Bless you if that was a sneeze.
No, I'm coughing. But see, that's there. People, if it's out of stock, then it's in demand. It's in demand. So if you can build one and it's not hard, maybe a smaller one, not so big, because y'all have a pretty big one look like, but maybe a smaller one that some like us people could handle, making a smaller one and giving it a try.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean, you just have to be creative. I don't know, how you could do one. I know you could come up with an idea to make a smaller one, but he just made the one he made pretty big.
I know. I mean, I would like, but I wouldn't want to tackle one big like that. I would have enough stuff to put into it, but I would love to like a smaller version of one to give it a try. Absolutely. And I believe there's other people out there. If they're out of stock, they definitely want they're wanting to, because we don't know what this world's coming to. We have to save food and preserve food, and any kind of way we can save food, we need to. Because it sounds like it's getting we're getting into very hard times that none of us even understand, not even begun to understand where we're going, where we're heading. And when we get there, there ain't nobody gonna be prepared already.
I
And
know.
that
It's
is the scary part, because people be starving, homeless, and then hungry, and breaking the law. I bet you they break the law like crazy then.
You
Have
see
to.
why it's so important to be a homemaker, to build the home that you are in, to be
Yeah.
prepared. I mean, if you're not at home, if you're not spending time at home, you're not able to put that time in to prepare to do anything.
Mhm.
So anyway,
That's really
Puddin just reminded me that it's 7 o'clock and Mr. E wants to watch TV.
Oh yes, I see. We're a few minutes after 7. Yeah. Yep. That's the cue to say good night till next week.
Yeah. I thank y'all so much for coming in, because sometimes I go to do these videos and I'm thinking, boy, I hope somebody shows up.
You see, and there's somebody always showing up. See there?
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
boy,
Thank you, Puddin
my eyes
and
are all
Linus
going.
and Donna.
Yeah,
You look very good. I like your hair. You look pretty. I'm glad you came on.
well, thank you. My eyes are burning and my head feels like it's kind of hot right here, but yeah, it wasn't bad. I was bored, and I'm glad I came and joined y'all today. So thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. And Brenda, maybe, I don't know. I know I'm not going to see you, just on the phone for a little while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Okay,
good. Just keep taking care of yourself.
I will. Y'all too. Take care, Puddin', Linus. Y'all have a good
Yeah.
evening. And, see y'all next week.
Yeah. Thank you, Linus. Thank you, Puddin. Thank you, Donna. And good night, Mama. I love you.
Love you, Mama.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye. And hot.